everyone, welcome to this evening's practice. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Dorian. For anybody who is newer to practicing with me, I'm so thankful to be here with you all and so happy to be representing Enter Grace Yoga. So thank you so much for joining. For this evening's flow, I highly recommend grabbing a couple of yoga blocks. If you have yoga blocks, if you don't, that's totally okay. It's really okay to get creative with whatever it is that you have handy around the house. So 2 blocks or block-like items. And also you're gonna wanna have a strap or something that's like a strap. I'm just using an old booty band. So it doesn't have to be particularly long, but something that is stretchy and fabric-like. You can even use an old short shirt or a rag or something, whatever you have handy. And then once you have the props that you're going to be using for this evening, you can go on ahead and find your way over to your mat and start off by laying down on your backs. And it might feel really nice here at the top of your practice to just take a few moments allowing the body to get heavy. So just scooching your right shoulder slightly to the right, left shoulder slightly to the left, creating some space for the back of the heart to drop down towards the ground in between your shoulder blades. Softening the muscles of your face, releasing your jaw, and tucking the chin slightly in towards the chest so that the back of the neck is nice and long against the earth underneath you. And just notice how it feels to lay down while you're fully awake. Feeling the motion, the rise and fall of the belly. Experiencing the temperature of the earth underneath your back body. And just taking the time to use your breath to let go of muscular tension piece by piece. Noticing any places that might be holding on to stress from your day or from your week. And taking the time to put that stress aside for the time being so that you can focus on some mindful breath work and some mindful movements of your bodies just to gain some awareness of how our bodies move through space. Separating the upper and lower teeth. Take a nice full breath in through the nose. Go ahead, exhale, sigh it out the mouth. Again, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, filling yourselves up with breath, and emptying out. Just taking the time here to notice how those 3 conscious inhales and exhales might have made you feel. Reminding ourselves that within a yoga practice, the breath is a vehicle for change. So if you ever feel unsteady or off your balance, it's just a message to dive a little more fully into that breath so that we can move forward with purpose and with clarity. From wherever you are in space, go ahead, bend your knees, step the soles of your feet down to the ground. And then go ahead, widen your feet and allow the knees to knock in towards each other. Scoop your tailbone slightly forwards towards the foot end of your mat to flatten your lower back body against the earth. And then go ahead, take both of your hands to your outer thighs. Use the hands to help squeeze the inner thighs a little closer together here. Taking a nice full breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. One more time, breathing in and then exhaling it out. Nice, everyone. Cactus your arms by your sides, so allow the elbows to widen away from the chest, letting the backs of the hands rest on the earth on either side of your torso. And then really gently just windshield wiper your knees from side to side, letting them drop to the right and to the left, allowing that to be an easy rotation of your spine and a gentle release of the outer hips. Really nice, easy twisting here from side to side. And then eventually finding your way back to a stillness in the center. Without lifting your head away from the ground, carefully draw your right knee into your chest. Wrap your fingers around your right shin, squeezing the right leg into your torso. And then we're going to go ahead and lift the right calf away from the right thigh. And then slide your left leg in behind your right. So your inner thighs are going to squeeze together. Stacking your right knee on top of your left. Hold on to your right knee with your left hand. Hold on to your left knee with your right hand. And then start to pull your knees away from each other. You're going to feel the lower back drop down towards the ground a little bit more. You might slightly tuck the chin in towards the chest, once again preserving the line of the spine. And then it's really okay to keep your hands on your outer knees here. You might start to walk your hands down your legs so that you're holding onto your outer shins or even onto your outer feet. If you do manage to grab the outer feet, flex your ankles so that you can press the soles of your feet into your fingers and then draw the entire shape of your legs into your torso, even squeezing the heels down towards your seat. Take a nice big breath in and a deep exhale out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Releasing the grip that you have on your legs, step the soles of your feet back down to the earth. Once again, feet are out, knees are in, cactus your arms by your ears. Windshield wiper the legs from side to side, letting gravity help you to drop those knees from left to right. And then once again, finding your way back to a sense of stillness in the center. Lifting your left knee into your chest this time, wrap your fingers around your left shin to draw the left leg in close to your torso. Give yourselves a nice little squeeze. Releasing that grip, lift your left calf away from your left thigh, and then slide your right knee in behind your left. Crossing your thighs, hold on to your right knee with your left hand, hold on to your left knee with your right hand, and once again, draw the knees away from each other to squeeze the thigh bones together. You can walk the hands once again down your legs, reaching for your outer feet or outer shins. And the space that we've created, or the shape that we've created with our legs, is a shape called Gomukhasana, or cow face pose. Hugging the legs in towards the torso, take a nice big breath in, a full breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. Good work, everyone. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Releasing the grip that you have on your legs, go ahead, step the soles of your feet back down to the earth. And then once again, knees together, feet apart, arms cactus, windshield wiper from side to side. Nice work, everybody. Go ahead, draw your knees into your chest without crossing anything. Wrap your fingers around your shins, lift the back of your head away from the earth. Start to rock and roll forwards and backwards along the length of your spine, gaining some momentum here until you rock your way to an upright seat. Crossing your shins in front of you, any cross-legged seat that feels appropriate for this moment. And then go ahead, let your palms find their way to a prayer at the heart center. Softening the shoulders away from the ears, pressing your right hand into your left to allow the right and left sides of your body to connect. Taking the time to add an intention for our practice, whatever it is that was helpful to bringing you to class today. And then the offering to find our way in with a little bit of vibration is a breath in for the sound of Om. Taking a full inhale through the nose. Beautiful, everyone. Flittering your eyes open. And from here, we're going to find our way into a hands and knees pose. So either rolling forward over cross shins or swinging your legs around behind you. Landing the palms underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath your hips, making sure that your props are close by so that if and when you need to grab them, they are there. Pressing the tops of your feet against the earth, take an inhale, drop your belly, float the gaze high for a cow spine shape. On your exhale, round your back, lifting your navel center in and up as you drop your head for cat spine shape. Inhaling as the belly drops, gaze rises, cow spine. Exhaling to round and lift, coming into your cat spine. Starting to breathe in and out of cat and cow, creating a rhythm here that makes sense for your body for today's practice. So you can feel free to speed it up or slow it down if that's what you need. You also might stick with your standard cat-cow breathing if that feels best, sure. But if there's anything else that needs to happen for you here, taking the time to build awareness around what your specific body needs and how you might grow these shapes. You might make circles on your hands and knees. You might circle your neck and your hips. You might wag your tail from side to side or even turn your fingers backwards so that you can stretch through the wrists and the forearms. There is no right or wrong. It's really just how every person individually finds their way into their bodies, into their practice. Whatever it is that you're doing to the right side, making sure to find equal and opposite expression to the left, just so that nothing gets left out or left behind, taking all of our pieces and parts along for our journey. Good work, everyone. Eventually finding your way back to a hands and knees stillness. Go ahead and extend your right leg back towards the wall behind you, keeping your shoulders on top of your wrists. Press that right heel towards the back of the space as you send your head forwards towards the front of your space. And then start to rock forwards and backwards, feeling the sole of your right foot pressed towards the back wall, feeling the back of your right leg open. So getting into that right hamstring and getting into the sole of your right foot, preparing your body for standing balances. Good, everyone. The next time that your shoulders are on top of your wrists, spiral your right heel down to the earth, and then kickstand your left foot out towards the left, peeling the right arm up to the sky for a supported side plank shape. Chin away from the chest, hips are slightly forward here as you seal the outer edge of your right foot down to the ground. Take a nice big breath in. On your exhale, sweep your right arm over your right ear, lengthening through the right side ribs, creating space from your right shoulder all the way to your right hip crest. Big breath in. Hands and knees pose with your exhale, both palms down, slide the right toes back in line with the right knee. And then we're going to switch sides, extending your left foot back towards the back edge of your mat, and then rocking forwards and backwards. Feeling the awareness of how weight shifts in your palms, so all the way into the pads of your fingers, and then back into the heels of your hands. Nice, everyone. Shoulders on top of the wrists, spiral your left heel down to the ground. Kickstand your right foot out to the right as you peel the left arm up to the sky, supported side plank. Opening the heart, chin away from the chest, full breathings in. On your exhale, sending that left arm over your left ear forwards towards the front of the space. Big breath in here. On your exhale, hands and knees pose, palms come down to the ground. Child's pose, hips to heels, lengthening your fingertips forwards towards the front of your mat as your forehead finds its way down towards the earth. Let your tailbone get heavy towards your toes. You might rock your head gently from side to side. As a reminder here, child's pose is always going to be an option, so if you ever need a break or a time out, you can always come back to child's pose in order to still yourselves, in order to regroup and rebuild. That being acknowledged, if and when you are ready to move, take an inhale to find your way into a hands and knees pose. On your exhale, tuck your toes underneath. Begin to press your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Take a little bit of time to figure out today's down dog shape. Might feel different from yesterday, might feel different from tomorrow. So pedaling the heels towards the earth, opening up the soles of the feet even more. And just tilting the hips from side to side, creating space in the sideways for deeper breath. You might shake your heads no or nod your heads yes, just making some space for the head and neck to dangle between the shoulders. And then finding your way gently into a downward facing dog stillness. Pressing the shoulders away from the ears, take a nice full breath in. And a deep exhale out. Plank pose is going to be your inhale. Coming up high on your tippy toes, sending your torso forward, stacking the shoulders on top of the wrists as you breathe in. And stay here for an exhale out. Once again, big breath in. On your exhale, downward facing dog, hips rise high. Using an inhale, stretch your right leg high to the sky, coming into a three-legged dog shape. On your exhale, tap your right knee to your right upper arm, shifting your shoulders forward, drop your heads, chin into chest. Inhale, the right leg reaches back high to the sky, three-legged dog. On your exhale, cross your right knee to your left upper arm, crossing the midline of the body. Inhale, the right leg high to the sky. On your exhale, draw your right knee into your nose. And then navel to spine, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Go ahead, shift your gaze forwards towards the front of your space as you press back through your left heel. Take a nice big breath in. And a deep exhale out. Once again, big breath in. Using your exhale, begin to lengthen your right leg as you drop your chin into your chest. It's okay if your legs are not totally straight. It's okay if your left heel doesn't make it all the way down to the ground. This is a great place to grab blocks and take them underneath your palms, or whatever it is that you might be using as blocks. Let go of the back of the neck, deep inhales in, full exhales out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. On your next inhale, flex your right ankle, picking up your right toes. Turn parallel to face the side of your mat as you find your way into a wide-legged standing forward fold. It's also very okay to take your blocks along with you for this. Draping your torsos forward, shifting the weight of your body into the balls of your feet, lifting your hips, dropping your shoulders. Palms underneath the shoulders. On an inhale, find a flat back, lengthening your spine. On your exhale, forward fold a little deeper into yourselves, bending your elbows straight back. Put a soft bend in your right knee. Turn your right toes forwards to the front of the space, finding your way back to a lunge facing the front of your mat. Left hand down underneath your left shoulder, lifting your right arm up to the sky, taking a twist to the right. Chin away from the chest again. Lean the back of the head towards the wall behind you. Big breath in. On your exhale, lower your right palm down to the ground. Stepping back to a plank pose shape. Hug the elbows in towards your ribs as you bend them, lowering your body all the way down to the ground. Pressing the tops of your feet against the earth, find a rise of your heart, baby cobra shape. Toes get heavy here. Big breathings in. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Palms pressed, toes tucked, hips rise all the way up and back. Using your inhale, send your left leg high to the sky for your three-legged dog shape. On your exhale, take the left knee to your left upper arm. Inhale, the left leg reaches high to the sky. On your exhale, cross your left knee to your right upper arm. Left leg reaches back high to the sky. On your exhale, take the left knee into your nose, navel to spine, round your upper back. Step your left foot to the top of the mat. Send your shoulders slightly forward as you press the right heel towards the wall behind you, lengthening your back body. Breathing in and breathing out. One more big breath in. Use your exhale to begin to lengthen your left leg. Chin into chest as you drop your heads down. Deep breathings in. And full exhales out. Once again, this might be a place where you grab those blocks and take them underneath your palms. Breathing in and breathing out. Pick up your left toes, flexing your left ankle. Turn parallel to face the side of the mat. Wide-legged standing, forward fold. Toes are heavy, heels are heavy, head is dropped. Palms underneath the shoulders. Using an inhale, find a flat back, lengthening through the spine. On your exhale, go ahead, forward fold a little deeper into yourselves. Soften your left knee. Turn your left toes forwards to the front of the space, finding a lunge facing the front of your mats. Lunge twist, left arm lifts, opening the heart towards the left side of your space, breathing in. On your exhale, left hand comes down to the ground. Stepping back to your plank pose. Head and shoulders forward, bend your elbows to lower your bodies all the way down to the earth. Pressing the tops of your feet, rise the chest for baby cobra. This time, see if you can lift your hands away from the earth. Feel the mid-back body turn on, big breath in. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Palms pressed, toes tucked, hips rise all the way up and back. And then one footstep at a time, begin to travel forwards towards the top of the mat. Take as much time as you need, keep as much of a bend in your knees as you need. Whenever you reach the top of your mat, go ahead, separate your feet, inner hips with distance. Let your head and shoulders hang heavy as you sway yourselves from side to side. Soften the throat, soften the back of the neck. Inhale through the nose. Flutter out your lips. Shake your heads no. Nod your heads yes. Keeping your knees soft, begin to roll your bodies up to a stand, stacking your vertebrae one on top of another as you rise. As you find your way to a nice tall height, press your feet into the ground to lengthen your legs, and then allow your shoulders to roll up, back, down away from your ears. Palms rotate forwards towards the front of your space, coming into a mountain pose shape. Feel the strength and stability of a mountain within your very own body. Using the strength from the base of your mountain, the soles of the feet, allow your arms to reach up high to the sky, forming a peak above you, high prayer. Lifting your gaze with a big breath in. On your exhale, go ahead, forward fold all the way down to the ground. Soften your knees. Step your right foot back to a lunge. Look forwards towards the front of your space. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale to roll forward, coming into plank pose. On your exhale, lower your bodies all the way down to the ground. Pressing the tops of your feet, rising your chest for a cobra pose. Might be a baby cobra. You might start to lengthen your arms, keeping your pelvis heavy to open up the chest. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Hips rise up and back. Send your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Stepping your right foot to the top of the mat. Left foot steps forward to meet the right. Hands come to your shins. Take a half lift to lengthen your spine. On your exhale, forward fold, drop your heads down. Using an inhale, rising up to a high prayer, lifting your gaze. On your exhale, forward folding all the way down to the ground. Soften your knees, stepping your left foot back to a lunge. Right foot steps to your downward facing dog. Use the inhale to roll forward, come into plank pose. On your exhale, lower your bodies all the way down to the ground. Pressing the tops of your feet, rise your chest, cobra pose. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Hips rise up and back. Left leg lifts with a breath in. Stepping the left foot forward to the top of the mat. Right foot steps to the top. Hands to shins, half lift to lengthen. Exhale to forward fold into yourselves. High prayer, standing all the way up. Using your exhale to forward fold all the way down to the ground. Moving with your rhythm. Right foot steps to a lunge. Left foot steps to down dog. Inhaling forward to come into plank pose. On your exhale, shift the head and shoulders forward. Bend your elbows partway for Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming over the tops of your feet for an upward facing dog. Hips are heavy, heart rises, shoulder blades together. Hips press up and back for downward facing dog. Right leg high to the sky. Stepping the right foot to the top of your mat. Left foot steps forward as well. Hands to shins, half lift. Exhale to forward fold down. High prayer, rising all the way up. And exhale to fold all the way down to the earth. Softening knees, left foot steps back to a lunge. Right foot steps to down dog. Use the inhale to roll forward, coming into plank pose. Exhale to Chaturanga Dandasana. Heart lifts for your upward facing dog. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Send the left leg high to the sky. Stepping your left foot to the top of the mat. Right foot steps to meet the left, half lift to lengthen. Exhale to fold in and down. High prayer, rising all the way up. Exhale to fold all the way down. Right foot steps back to a lunge. Left foot steps to a plank pose this time. Hug the elbows in as you bend for Chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog. On your exhale, it's a downward facing dog. Come up high on your tippy toes. Step the big toes to touch. Bend your knees, look forwards towards the front of your mats. Give yourself a few bounces just to prepare the legs. And then at the bottom of your next exhale, hop, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Take a half lift to lengthen, palms to shins. Exhale to forward fold down. On the inhale, high prayer, rising all the way up. On your exhale, forward fold all the way down to the earth. Soften your knees, left foot steps back to a lunge. Right foot steps back to plank pose. Elbows bend for your Chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhaling to your downward facing dog. High on the tippy toes, bending your knees, taking a look forward. At the bottom of your exhale, hop, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Half lift to lengthen. Exhale to forward fold. High prayer, rising all the way up. Using your exhale, sit into a chair pose shape. Bending your knees, draw the thigh bones back in space. You can widen your arms, making space for your head and neck. Big inhales in. On your exhale, see if you can sit a little deeper in your chair, trying to guide your thighs into parallel with the earth underneath you. Again, breathing in. This time on your exhale, keep the bend in your knees, sweep your arms back by your sides. Draw the shoulder blades together, interlace your fingers behind your back body. Knit the front ribs in, tuck the tailbone down. Take a big breath in. Using your exhale, fold your belly on top of your thighs. Chin into chest as you drop your heads. Lengthening the heels of your hands away from your shoulders. Press into your feet to lengthen your legs. And then take it into a forward fold with interlaced fingers. Breathing in. Breathing out. On your inhale, soft bend in the knees, high prayer. Stand all the way up. On your exhale, sit back into your chair pose. Feel the thigh muscles working here. Deep breathings in. Full exhales out. One more big breath in. Sweep the arms back by your sides. Interlace your fingers. Switch the grip so the opposite thumb is on top this time. Take a moment to stabilize the heels. And then using your exhale, fold your belly on top of your thighs. Chin into chest, drop your head. Press into the four corners of your feet to lengthen your legs, sending the double fist towards the front of your mat. Big inhales in. Deep exhales out. Inhale to a high prayer. Release your grip. Arms rise all the way up, lifting the gaze. Exhale to forward fold all the way down to the ground. Shake your heads no, nod your heads yes. Make noise if it feels good. And then bending your knees, planting your palms. Bottom of your exhale, hop, step, or jump back to chaturanga, landing with bent elbows. Finding your way through your flow. Eventually, we're all going to meet up in a downward facing dog to build some rounds of open flow together. Good work so far, everybody. When you are ready, the right leg rises high to the sky. On your exhale, step your right foot between your palms. Lower the back heel down to the ground. We're setting up for warrior one shape, but we're going to build it really specifically for this first round. Take your right hand to your right thigh. Press your right hand down into your right thigh to lift your torso and your left arm all the way up to the sky. Trying to stack your shoulders on top of the hips. Trying to lengthen through the outer left leg. The right arm then flies up to meet the left. Big inhales in. Deep exhales out. Again, breathing in. Breathing out. One more time, breathing in. And breathing out. Using your inhale, begin to lengthen your right leg. Flex your right ankle, pick up the right toes, turn parallel to face the side of the space. Hello. Open your arms wide like a starfish or the letter T shape as you guide your hips forward. Take a nice big breath in and a full exhale out. Turn your right toes back forwards towards the front of your mat. Triangle pose. Right arm reaches forward and then down as your left arm reaches up towards the sky. Open your chest towards the left side of your space. Try to open out your right thigh and then draw your right shin bone in so that you can press the right big toe mound against the earth underneath you. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. On your inhale, warrior two. Bending your right knee, reaching the right fingers forwards towards the front of the space. Try to guide that right knee on top of your right ankle as you stack your shoulders on top of your hips. Knitting the front ribs in, big inhales in. Landing a little softer with your exhale out. Peaceful warrior. Flip the right palm, lift your right arm up high to the sky as you open through the right side ribs. Big inhales here. On your exhale, we're going to do a strange transition. Turn your torso towards the front of the space, spin up your back heel, and then sweep your arms back by your sides as you deepen the bend in your right knee. Head points forwards towards the front of your space. Deep inhales in. On your exhale, lower your left palm down to the ground underneath your left shoulder. Right arm lifts up to the sky. Take a twist. Big breath in here. On your exhale, right hand comes down to the earth. Take your right leg to the sky for a three-legged dog shape. Cross your right knee to your left upper arm. Step back to plank pose. Vinyasa, elbows bend. Inhale to lift up dog. On your exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to take this over to the left side. When you are ready, left leg rises. Stepping that left foot to the top of the mat. Rotate your back heel down to the ground. And then left hand to your left thigh. Press down into the left hand to lift your torso up. Warrior one shape. Left arm meets the right. Hips are forward, chest is forward. Big breathings in. Deep exhales out. Breathing in. Breathing out, keep creating space. One more time, big breath in. And full exhale out. Use your inhale to lengthen your left leg. Flex your left ankle, pick up your left toes, turn parallel to face the side of the space. Arms open wide, letter T shape. Energy through the fingers. Breathing in. And breathing out. Again, breathing in. Turn those left toes forwards towards the front of the space, building your triangle pose shape. Left arm reaches forward and down, right arm tilts up towards the sky. Whether you're using left hand against left shin or left hand to a block, keep lengthening the torso forward, so don't let the energy end with the shoulders. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Warrior 2 is your inhale. Opening your chest towards the side of the space, shoulders on top of hips as you soften the bend into that left knee. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Peaceful warrior, left arm lifts, open the left side ribs. On your exhale, turn to face the front of the space, arms sweep back by your sides as you spin up your back heel. Palms can be either up or down as you soften a bend in your left knee, shifting the crown of your head forward. Big inhales here. On your exhale, release your right hand down to the earth as your left arm lifts up to the sky, taking a twist to the left. Big breath in. Left hand comes down to the ground. Left leg reaches high to the sky for a three-legged dog. Using your exhale, cross your left knee over to your right upper arm. Stepping back to plank pose. Vinyasa shapes are all you, lowering and lifting. Meeting up in a downward facing dog. All right, when you are ready, here comes round 2. Right leg reaches high. Stepping that right foot forward to the top of the mat, coming into your warrior 1. Big inhales here. Use your exhale to lengthen your right leg, turn to face the side of the space, arms open wide, letter T. Again, big breath in. Turn your left toes to the back of the mat. Triangle pose to the back of the space. Left hand reaches forward and down. Right arm reaches up towards the sky, chin away from the chest. Lean your heart and head back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhaling to warrior 2, facing the back of your mats. Gazing over the left index fingers. Peaceful warrior. Left arm rises as you open through the left side ribs. We're going to turn peaceful warrior to the front of the space. Lengthen your left leg, turn the left toes in, turn the right toes out. Right knee bends as the right arm rises, peaceful warrior. And then we're going to do that transition into that power lunge shape. Arms sweep back by your side, spin up the back heel, crown of the head reaches forward, breathing in. On your exhale, left hand comes down to the ground, right arm lifts up to the sky, finding a twist to the right. Breathing in. Exhale, the right hand comes to the earth. Send your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Crossing your right knee over to your left upper arm. This time, extend your right leg out towards the left side of the space. Seal the left heel down to the ground, and then start to peel your left arm up to the sky for a fallen triangle. Everybody's leaning back, everybody's breathing in. Exhaling, that left hand comes down to the ground. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Woo. Stepping the right foot forward to the top of the mat. Step your left foot forward to the top of the mat. Hands come to your shins. Find a half lift to lengthen your spine. Use your exhale to forward fold into yourselves. Grab your strap. Begin to roll your bodies all the way up to a stand, stacking your vertebrae one on top of another as you rise. Landing in your mountain pose, palms opening forwards towards the front, hips forward. From your mountain pose shape, begin to shift your weight into your left foot. Standing on your left leg, lift your right knee up into your chest. Find your balance as you wrap your fingers around your right shin, guiding it nice and close to the midline of your body. From here, just like when we were laying on our backs in the beginning of our class, we're going to cross the right thigh over the left, Gomukhasana legs, or half Gomukhasana leg. Take your strap and strap the right foot. Boop. I'm holding onto this strap with my left hand. I'm going to take my right arm behind my back body like a half bind and catch a hold of the strap with my right hand. Guiding the right thigh down, right knee down, the left arm is going to lift up towards the sky. Take a nice big breath in here. On your exhale, start to soften the left knee like a chair pose, sitting the thigh bones and hips back. Keep crossing the tops of the thighs, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Feel those thighs squeeze. One more big breath in. On your exhale, press down into your left foot to stand all the way up. You can release your right foot from the strap and then step your right foot across your left as you find your way into a cross-legged high prayer. Arms are lifting, thighs are still squeezing. Using your exhale, take a forward fold all the way down to the ground. Cross-legged standing forward fold. Once again, a great place to grab blocks. Take the blocks underneath your palms. And then just surrender the crown of the head down towards the earth. Soften the jaw, soften the back of the neck. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. From here, soften both of your knees. Listen closely. Step your left foot towards the back right-hand corner of the mat. So step that left foot back on a diagonal. And then, using the hands on blocks, slide the palms underneath the shoulders and lengthen your right leg. So we're in a cross-legged pyramid pose shape. Draping the torso forward, actively guiding that right hip back, left hip forward as you breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Good work, everybody. Soften a bend in your right knee. Step your left foot back in line with your left hip. Boom. Step your right foot back in line with your right hip. Boom. Hands come down to the earth, stepping your right foot back to plank pose. And then Vinyasa is all you. Whether you choose to lower and lift, whether you take a child's pose moment, or whether you just simply step back into downward facing dog, we're all going to meet up in a down dog to continue. When you are ready, left leg reaches high. Stepping that left foot forward to the top of the mat. And then building your warrior one shape. Back heel down, arms lift. Breathing in and breathing out. Use your inhale to lengthen the left leg. Turn to face the side of the space, arms widen. Right toes turn to the back of your mat. Piece by piece, building your triangle pose shape. Right hand lands on something, whether it's your right shin or a block. Left arm tilts up to the sky, chin away from the chest. And if you have difficulty turning your head to look at the sky, it's okay to look at the side wall. It's also really okay to experiment with dropping your right ear towards your right shoulder. Breathing in and breathing out. Warrior two is your inhale to rise back up, extending that right arm towards the back of your room. Peaceful warrior, right arm lifts. Take the peaceful warrior to the front of the space, turning the left toes forward like you're swimming through the air. On your exhale, sweep your arms back by your sides. Spin up your back heel, send your head forward, arms back, like a power lunge shape. Deep inhales in. Float the right hand down to the earth. Lift your left arm to the sky. Find your twist to the left. Big breath in. Exhale the left hand down to the ground. Left leg reaches high to the sky. Cross your left knee to your right upper arm. And then extend that left leg out towards the right side of your room. The right heel is going to come down to the ground. Right arm starts to float up towards the sky. Keep pressing the outer left foot against the earth. Falling triangle. Breathing in. Right hand comes back down to the ground. Left leg reaches to the sky. Three-legged dog. Stepping your left foot to the top of the mat. Right foot steps forward as well. Hands to shins, take your half lift. Exhale to forward fold in and down. Grab your strap. Shifting as you begin to roll your bodies all the way up to a stand. Mountain pose. Creating that nice relationship between the right foot and the earth underneath. Stand on your right leg, lift your left knee up into your chest. Wrapping your fingers around your left shin, guide it nice and close to the midline of your body. And then use your hands to Gomukhasana, that left leg over your right. Take your strap your left foot. And then go ahead, see if you can take your left arm behind your back body, holding onto the strap with the left hand. The right arm starts to rise up towards the sky. Everybody's breathing in. Using your exhale to put a soft bend in that right knee, sitting the hips back, just like a chair pose. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. One more big breath in. On your exhale, press down into your right foot to lengthen your right leg. You can release the strap from your left foot. Stepping into your cross-legged high prayer, arms rise. On your exhale, take it into your cross-legged standing forward fold. Head and shoulders drop. Palms might once again find their way to blocks underneath the shoulders. And then just surrender the crown of your head down towards the earth as you fold into yourselves. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So good, everyone. Soften your knees. Step your right foot towards the back left-hand corner of your mat. And then little by little begin to lengthen your left leg for your cross-legged pyramid pose. Hands slide back underneath the shoulders. And then surrender the crown of the head as you drape your torso over that left leg. Breathing in. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Put a nice soft bend back into your left knee. And then step your right foot in line with your right hip. Boom. Step your left foot in line with your left hip. Boom. Hands come down to the earth, step back to plank pose, finding your way through your vinyasa. Meeting up in a downward facing dog. Taking it into your child's pose, softening the knees down to the earth. Hips reach back towards your heels as you extend your fingers forwards towards the front of the space. You might rock your head once again from side to side. And for today's practice, instead of taking a wide-kneed child's pose, actually guide the knees and thighs a little closer together underneath your torso. And feel that same internal pressure of the thigh bones, which might help you to create some space in the SI joint in the lower back. Taking the time to soften. You might flip your palms face up towards the sky, putting a gentle bend in your elbows. Just allowing the arms and hands to have a moment where they're no longer weight bearing. Inhaling through the nose. Hum it out. Again, breathing in. One more time, breathing in. Nice work, everyone. Flip your palms back down towards the ground. Walk your hands towards your knees. And then pressing your palms against the earth, start to roll your bodies upright. Shifting your hips in one direction, circle your feet forwards towards the front edge of your mat. Come to lay down on your backs. Make sure your blocks are close by. Then go ahead, bend your knees, step the soles of your feet down to the ground. And just heavy your head, heavy your shoulders like the beginning of class. Stepping your feet back so that you might be able to brush your index fingers or middle fingers against your heels, or at least creating a relationship of the knees above the heels. Pressing your feet down into the earth, start to rise your hips up into the sky for a bridge pose shape. So here the chin tucks in towards the chest. The palms press against the earth. You might interlace your fingers underneath your back body, and then drawing the shoulder blades together, press the feet, press the triceps, press the pinky sides of the hands. See if you can lift your hips to the same height as your knees, allowing the rib cage some space to grow towards the sky. Almost imagine as if you could kiss your heart. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. One more time, breathing in. Using your exhale, soften the back body down to the earth. Taking one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Let your jaw go slack. For the ears, release the muscles around the ears. And just notice with your hands against your torso the rhythms that are happening underneath your skin. You have a choice here. You might find your way back into another active back bend, that bridge pose that we did earlier. You might grab your block, pressing your feet against the earth, rising your hips and sliding the block underneath the sacrum. And then whether you're in an active back bend or in a passive back bend with the block, just making sure to keep your inhales and exhales flowing in and out of your body. Witnessing change, witnessing growth, witnessing discomfort as well. Just trying to catalog and notice all of the changes, all of the shifting inside, so that we can continue to grow in our awareness of ourselves. If you're in an active back bend, just one more big breath. And then as you are ready, chin into the chest as you lower your back body down to the ground. If you're on a block, you can go ahead and lift yourself up off of the block, take it out to the side. And then really, really gently, go ahead once again, widen your feet, let the knees knock in towards each other. Arms are cactus as you windshield wiper the legs from side to side. The next time that both of your knees are dropped over to the left, keep them over there. Pick up your left ankle, cross it over your right thigh, and then take a look over your right shoulder. It's a supine twist with a figure 4 leg. So the added weight of your knees on one side of your body helps to drop the knees and open up the outer hip on the right side. And that right shoulder is an anchor against the earth on the right. Stepping the sole of your left foot down to the ground. Take your knees over to the right side. And then go ahead, pick up your right ankle, cross it over your left thigh, turning your gaze over your left shoulder. one. Stepping the sole of that right foot back down to the earth, letting the knees travel towards the center of your body. And then keeping the head and shoulders down, draw the knees into the chest, wrapping your fingers around your shins. Make some circles on your lower back, circling the knees around in one direction. And then circling the knees in the opposite direction. Lifting your heads away from the ground, draw the knees into the chin, chin into the chest. Everything gets small, tight, and compact. Take the largest breath you can manage in this moment. See if you can sip in a little bit more breath at the top, filling yourselves to capacity. As you are ready to let go, arms, legs, everything floats down to the ground, finding our way into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Making space for your bodies to land so that you can liberate your minds and drift away. your breathing to deepen. Shifting through your fingers and your toes. Letting your head drift softly from side to side. Bending your knees, stepping the soles of your feet down to the ground. Take a gentle roll over onto your side body, curling yourselves up into a ball. And then moving at your pace, taking your time, begin to find your way upright to a seat. The head should be the very last thing to find its way all the way upright. Allowing your palms to fold back into a prayer at the heart center, connecting the right and left sides of your body, connecting your mind, your body, and your breath. Noticing all the things that might have shifted or changed. In gratitude for this practice and gratitude for our present capability for anything that we were able to do today. The offering to close out is a breath for the sound of Om. Taking a full breath in. Om. Thank you all for joining in today's practice. I'm Dorian once again, and I'll see you next time.